Okay, remember that they are changing my voice. This video should be something that's very informative for those of you who are new and who are confused. First of all, in life, you have a certain amount of time, okay? There's a lot of corporate sabotage going on. Notice he's wearing some kind of literal armor and has some kind of short samurai sword with it in his one hand. No, it's just a regular size samurai sword, okay? And here, you have this guy wearing armor, and he looks like a mocker of some kind, and that guy's a craftsman. And they're nearly, construction worker, they're nearly identical, okay? You have Jiku nerd, he has a kind of magician nerd kind of stance. Obviously, those lifestyles are inferior to universal pinpointed moral precision. If you look at this guy's body type carefully, compare him to Mars, who's their Roman deity of war arts, quote unquote martial arts, you see he's a craftsman too, right? Pretty straightforward. Craftsman, craftsman, craftsman. Not martial, surgical, striking warrior, when the Spirit of God is sharper than any double-edged sword, is what it says in Hebrews. The N-word, right, the derogatory term for black people, is a play on words for no gear. This can refer to literal gear, construction gear, military gear, armor, literal armor. It also refers to them giving up the Royal African Falcon Martial Art Order and thus giving up the armor, the figurative armor of God, righteousness, justice, faith, truth, what have you, salvation. Zeal for the Lord. The feet fitted with the readiness to do God's work. So the craftsman, the nerd, prioritized sexual control and cheating the valid top martial arts out of his place as the ideal and most desired man. He has the spiritual armor of the most righteous and oppressed man. That is me, okay? And notice they did things in a way that made it me so I was inclined to cut out my face from the picture, but you can see my hands are the same. You can tell it's me. Okay. Here we have mockers. The Bible says mockers should be flogged, they should be punished. People detest a mocker, and on and on and on and on, right? It says a knucklehead. See over there, you see some kind of nun with some kind of guy dressed like a businessman. You see kind of people in this kind of mocker kind of way. See how that guy? He's very similar to this guy, okay? Looks like he's Jewish or something. Look at the hair on this guy. Look at the hair on this guy. Another mocker. He's like a crypto Jew Asian. Okay. What about them gives away that they aren't good at weapons combat? Now, if the privileged and their stooges are the only ones that seem serious, is it respectable? No. So as they try to make it so I seem, thrown off or whatever, is it respectable if you see a bunch of privileged ass motherfuckers, I'm saying, hey guys, look at me. Okay, and they are the only ones who seem serious? No. Okay, pretty straightforward. So over here, here's a good example too. You see this guy looks like a mocker or something. He couldn't take the average street guy in hand-to-hand combat, much less with weapons. This guy would simply outmaneuver him and stab that guy to death, so on and so forth. But he couldn't do so against me. I'm actually stronger than that guy, but I don't look that much bigger than that guy with my shirt off because I'm about 195, 6'4" right now, and I went back between like 190 and 200. Not very thick at all, okay? It's confused to some degree. And I don't have a Greek god body, okay? Here we see the circus, right? Remember, I used to say focus versus circus. Again, focus versus circus. Knuckleheads don't focus. Kind of nerdy mockers don't focus, okay? Circus strongmen don't focus very well, okay? See Charlie Chaplin, unfocused, playing some kind of circus boxer. This chick that says boxing and circus training. See her face is like a demonic Harley Quinn-ish mocker kind of goon face. Like this guy right here. Okay, pretty straightforward. Okay. Over here we see racists, right? When we look at, this is important, right? The black face, so on and so forth. It's racist. I'm the one who added that word racist. Here it says LG Field, right? It's a play on words, minstrel or minstrels, which is a play on words for ministries. The L can look like an I, and you rearrange the letters, you get ministries, right? Because the church comes from the word circ and kirk, where is also a root word for the word circus. And of course here the circus, evil, spelled differently, a play on words, right? Evil Knievel, okay? It says evil, can you be evil? Kind of bitch shit. It says Daredevil Circus. Okay, and you have another, of course, that blackface kind of guy, and this guy that kind of looks kind of gay, blackfaced, kind of historical LGBT racism aimed at the black community with the white and Jewish people and their token minority allies. Pretty straightforward. See, Daredevil, right? Evil Knievel. Pretty straightforward. Again, some more strongmen, some more circus boxing, And you can kind of see that they're mocking the idea of the Royal African Falcon top martial arts. If you're not from a bloodline that could possibly compete with me, and you were a complete sissy bitch, what would you do? You would mock me instead, right? And mock every idea like me. And that's what they're doing here. Now, if we look carefully at these conceptions of Horus, it comes from the West drawings, the West statues, right? The Greeks had the Temple of Edfu, okay? When they come from the West, they're shaped more like Westerners, okay? Because it's cultural appropriation, it's mocking, a mock ritual madness, Dionysus, what have you. And that is who they are. Set, right? Set. White's a plain word for why Set, okay? And Set, a deity of storms, chaos, what have you. He's the son of, his Greek equivalent is Zeus, which makes him the son of Cronus, Saturn, okay, Father Time, what have you. And of course, you have Set Godin, his blog, and you have Bezos, looks like Set Godin, and Amazon and pagan connections, and on and on and on. Pretty straightforward.